your girl, Shaniqua. And it's your girl, Liza. You are now rocking with the two hottest queens from Queens. Featuring
Chicken Wing, a.k.a. One-Arm Dick, Mr. South.
Hey, welcome to Two Queens from Queens. I'm your host, Shaniqua.
And I'm your host, Liza.
And I'm C-Dub, Chicken Wing, a.k.a. Mr. Southside. We outside. All
Next.
about Southside.
Next.
All about
the
Southside.
The first topic of discussion is...
We just gonna jump right into it, just like that.
Yes. Because your voice just annoys me, and I'm
My
ready.
voice is
I'm
beautiful.
already ready.
I'll sing to you, Shaniqua.
Anyway,
You'll never find.
Hey.
My voice is beautiful, but go ahead. Our first topic. Let's jump right into it.
let's go into Black China.
Oh, we're just gonna go
Rob
right to the deep water.
Kardashian, Tyga / Kylie /
Oh
I don't
my
know.
God.
Well, let's go into
This is a debacle.
let's go into Black China.
They had
Tyga.
an interesting week. Yeah.
Well, I know Black China is putting his business all out on social media, and it's
on
just getting
Snap.
crazy.
Mm-hmm.
No, but who started first? I think China started the...
Yeah, I think a couple days ago. Yeah,
Well, it's always the
something
women
on
started.
Snap.
Women always.
That's
No, I
not
don't think it's
true.
the
Yeah,
women
bros
doing
before
it.
hoes. Women
That's
always
not
start. I gotta
true.
stick with the bros.
No. I mean, he's not paying a nanny, according to...
Is he supposed to
China.
pay the nanny? Is that part of the arrangement?
She said
According
she
to
doesn't
her.
have him. She said she doesn't have him or Rob on child support.
Okay, then he's not obligated to pay anything. It's not like he.
But if that was their
if
deal,
he's kind enough
like,
to.
But if that was their deal, but if that was their deal, he's not paying child support. But your deal is you handle the nanny situation, because she's claiming that she handles
Okay,
her
why
own
does she need?
bills
Why
and her
does she
own
need a
money.
nanny? What is this Black China doing?
No, but let's
that
go
she
back.
needs
No,
a nanny.
but let's go back to
That she can't raise her own kid. I need somebody
Well, she
else
travels.
to do
You know, her business
Doing
is basically
what?
being like an
She
entertainer.
has an eyelash bar, so
Yeah, she
A
Say what she-
eyelash
She hosts
bar.
parties and
Yeah,
she
so I'm-
travels.
yeah, so-
I know women that's doctors that don't got nannies. This bitch got an eyelash
But
bar.
someone has to watch the children, obviously.
That's a babysitter, not a nanny. A nanny sounds like somebody living in there.
I think
and
I think
everything.
that's just a fancy name for a babysitter.
Yeah.
Is a nanny.
No, au pair is a fancy name for a babysitter.
Well, that would be also, but
Right,
But
but
we're not in England, so
this Black China,
we're gonna say nanny.
she's asking too much, I believe.
Well, I think it's a messy situation because she just had a baby with Rob, and it's a little sticky because she
Now,
felt.
Rob is Tiger's girlfriend's brother.
Oh yes, I feel
I
like
like
we
that.
need a
Wait a minute,
chart.
wait, I'm a little confused. Wait.
We need a chart.
Rob is Kylie's
Rob
Brother.
is
Kylie's brother.
no.
Yes.
Rob
Half
is
brother.
Kylie's brother.
yeah.
And
Half brother,
Kylie
yeah.
Confused.
messes with Tiger.
So, but what does that
Yes.
make the children? Cousin / brother sister? Like, what is that? I don't.
I don't
Yes.
know. That's a good question. I don't know.
We need like a gene.
We need
a
genogram.
Yeah.
A genogram.
We need something.
Ancestry.com.
right.
It's
So-
a little sticky, but she was trying to say that they were talking about her. That
Right, now what
Rob
happens
and
if Kylie has a
Tyga.
baby by Tiger?
yeah.
What is that baby's relationship to the baby with Black China? I know it's the brother or sister, but it got to be something.
Well,
I mean, because I've heard of like double
Santi,
cousins and
sister
certain
slash aunt,
things.
Santi.
yes.
Or
She'll be-
Brunkle.
If
Brother
she gets
slash
married
uncle.
with Rob, yeah.
Her
She'll be like
Brunkle.
a half auntie.
We just made a new word out there.
It just sounds
We should
so
trademark that. Brunkle and
crazy.
Shanti.
No, and I'm really like, my mind is just like,
This
Yeah,
is
it's
baffling,
crazy.
though. That
Yeah, it's a
relationship, the whole
baffling
relationship
situation.
thing is crazy. So, you ladies think that Tiger should pay this
Well, if
nanny?
that was the deal, I don't know what their situation was. Everybody has a different situation, but
You don't
their
think
deal.
she may not even need a nanny? You may think.
No, I think she probably
chick
does,
don't need a
'cause
nanny.
she's
who's to say
entertainment.
if she needs one or not? If that's your, if he's not on a child support, they have no child support decree, and their under the table deal is for you to pay for the nanny, then you should pay for the
Okay,
nanny.
but then if he stops paying for the nanny, she has no legal recourse or nothing. She just
But that's what I feel.
just go on the gram
See,
and
but
badmouth
that's-
him?
You know, I think black
Yeah.
women, that's the problem. First of all, child support is not a punishment. And I hate when she's saying it like, well, I don't even have you on child support. Like, that's not a punishment. Like, he should be on child support.
Well, let me say this.
Rob should be on child support. Like, that's whoever the primary parent is. If Tiger
Should
had
they
the
be on child
son.
support even if they together?
No. But I don't see, are they together?
Is China
Are
and Black
they
Rob
not?
together? She would know. She's affiliated with these people.
No, I am not affiliated.
Well,
It's like a yeah.
affiliated.
No, I think
You could get Rob on the phone if we needed him on the phone.
no.
You couldn't get Rob
it's
on the
not
phone?
that serious. No.
Your kids
I mean,
can
I
get
wish.
Rob on the phone.
No, but you know what? He was always good to my kids, though.
So they can get him on the
You
phone.
know, I don't know if they can get him on the phone, but he was always good to my kids. But I feel like it was definitely a sticky situation when it comes to the whole Rob and China, because they act like 1 minute they're together. I mean, they're like normal couples, you know. They go through it. They're not together, and then they're together. So
I got a friend going through that back and forth.
you know, back and forth. You know,
But
it happens.
what were some of the things that she said on Snapchat? She said they were talking about her.
Yeah, stop talking about me and going back and forth.
Either one of you on child support.
Right. I agree with you that child support is not a punishment. We very rarely agree, but I'll agree with you on that.
Yeah.
People shouldn't talk about it like it's a punishment.
And I feel like
Yeah.
black women in general, they don't. It's like a white man told me, a white woman will hold a white man accountable and make them take care of their children. Like he said, black women. He said, no offense, like you black women don't hold black men accountable.
Okay, after you slapped the shit out of him for saying that, what happened?
I don't think
You let him get away with saying that about black people?
It was the truth.
See, in the presence of white people, don't let them get away with shit like that. Even if they're right, sometimes you gotta don't say that shit.
No, I mean, well then, it was true. So I'm not one of them.
Well, white women go through the same things that we go
Not
through.
as much as we do. No.
All right. Well, listen, I hope Black Rob and Tyga and China.
Not Black Rob. Black Rob.
Black
Isn't that a
Rob. Well,
rapper?
see? You see
Bad
how confusing
boy.
this is? China and
Rob.
Black China and Rob and Tyga.
Yeah, hopefully they can figure it out because they got kids now.
Right, not to confuse Tyga with
Yeah.
Tigger. That's a whole different. These niggas'
Yeah.
names are
Yeah,
too
because that's
close.
why I said because it's like tiger. It's not tiger like the animal. It's tiger.
Right, one
Tyga.
typo and it could be talking about somebody
Yeah,
else.
it's
Fuck a whole nigga
Tyga.
life up. These names are too close.
Yeah, it's just I don't know.
So I wished him the best, though. I wished him the best. But
Next, what are we gonna talk
this has
about?
been last week. Has been a good week. Some good music dropped.
Oh yeah, Rick Ross dropped an album. Drake
Rick Ross,
dropped
let me
an
tell you.
album.
Rather you
Let me
than
tell
me.
you, this nigga Rick Ross, I like his new album. Oh, the song I like
Yeah.
is where he coming at baby. First of all, I'm from the era where rap beef.
That's
is
not
big.
my favorite song. No, my favorite song,
I said me.
Raphael Sadiq. That song is to me the best song on the
No,
album.
Yeah.
no,
Yes,
he
it's
coming
dope.
at baby. I like the lyrics on it. He showed that he's a lyricist on that.
But
Oh,
why?
the
but-
And I'm not a
Rivals.
big Rick Ross fan, but I like that song.
Idols turn to rivals. What is it? Idols.
I don't know, but he coming at, and he makes no bones about it. He doesn't like throw innuendos or subs. He's baby, the way you did Wayne, the way you did
but
Khaled.
why is that any of his business?
Because Khaled is his homie.
That's his
Khaled's
boy.
from Miami. He said the way he
has
saw
respect for
Khaled
Wayne.
in pain. And let me tell you something. Right now is not a bad time to be on Khaled's bad side. Khaled is winning right now.
Yeah, he
I like
is.
DJ Khaled. I like
love
him.
Khaled.
And
He's
his
very
little son.
positive.
He's
No.
so cute with his son too.
They need to take the son
Aside.
away from Khaled. I mean that in the playing way. Khaled
Oh
is
my
always with
God.
the son. I
It's
saw him
so
with the
cute.
son in the little intake of the Ferrari sitting there.
Yeah,
And
it's-
somebody made a meme. And somebody don't get this kid away from Khaled.
No, I think
Khaled is
it's
like
beautiful.
a
It's
very
beautiful. I love
proud
that.
and good father.
I love that. I feel
Right.
like
So beautiful.
he speaks life into his
Yes.
child, and I love it because that's how my family was with me.
Now,
They spoke life
this
into
is
me.
why Rick Ross spoke
So
up
that's
on it.
why I
Yeah.
love the way Khaled.
And
is.
that's why Rick
And
Ross
you know what I
spoke
get mad to with the? I mean, I can't say how someone's name is pronunciated,
Yeah.
but I feel like
Say that again. Did you say pronunciate?
I mean, not pronunciate. I mean pronounced.
Okay.
That's what I'm
Or
saying.
enunciated.
No, I didn't mean to say.
You mixed the two. A hybrid.
I know what pronounce.
Okay. Okay.
I was in AP classes. Vic, just
Okay.
because I got a little
I'm just-
tongue twisted, don't get cute today.
No, I'm just saying.
It's because you read the
I
dictionary
want
in
the people
jail.
to pick it up
You read the
and-
dictionary in
and
jail
go
and
on
your time. You
go
think
on
that you're
social
smart. Like,
media.
no. I didn't mean to say pronounce. I know what the difference between pronunciation and enunciation is.
Okay.
So
Wanna
let's
make sure. Just
don't.
wanna make- I
I've
don't
said
want
that in other.
Rather me than the
Yeah,
people.
yeah. I didn't mean to say that, but anyway,
Okay.
Khaled's name to me, being grown up under the Nation of Islam, is not Khaled. I think that's Americanizing it. It's Khalid to me.
Right.
It's not Khaled. It's,
But he even says DJ Khaled now.
I think he's trying to Americanize it.
Oh,
It's,
like
you
it's,
saying
mainstream.
the way
It's-
he says his name is wrong.
it's Khalid.
That's something right there.
That's Khalid. It's
So-
not Khaled. It's Khalid. It's Khalid.
So
He's
when he
Ameri-
tells you it's Khaled, do you then tell him no, it's Khalid?
I just said I don't know him. I know the name, the way it's spelled, and he is he's a Muslim. I think he is Muslim.
I believe
is he?
it.
I think so.
I believe. We got to check Donald Trump's list. He has a list of all.
But yeah, his name is Khalid.
God,
It's not Khaled. But anyway.
Well, I think I'm
but it's a beautiful
Khaled.
thing
I'm
with
gonna
his
pronounce
son.
it the way
It's so
you pronounce
cute.
it. Khaled.
But what was his beef though with? I don't understand. I just feel like what was.
I
They
think
weren't
Baby
getting
shorted him for
paid.
money. Did him,
He
yeah,
felt
yeah,
they
Rick
weren't
Ross said
getting
it right. He
paid.
did it wrong
But
for
I
money.
feel like he just did that. Like he mentioned Nicki's name. I feel like he did that just
yeah.
for album sales. Like I think he's being like a little like that's like
No,
a
but
whole
Meek,
tactic
but Meek
to
isn't
me.
Meek with MM. Isn't Meek with?
Yeah, Meek is MMG, but he
Meek
said
MMG,
Meek
so
should
he's kind of
he said
defending
Meek
his
should have gotten
boy
the back and forth with Nicki.
with
though.
Nicki.
That's what he said. I think that, listen, Nicki from Southside, you know me, Chicken Wing Southside, we outside.
He's
But I
defending
think
his
Rick
boys.
Ross handled it well and said it well.
But I don't. but I still don't understand what business of it is of his. I just feel like
That's
that.
his
I feel like that
friend.
was a whole tactic trying to get his record sales.
I guess it's
up.
That's
loyalty.
his
It's loyalty. I
friend.
guess it's his friend.
Loyalty.
Loyalty.
When I'm out there,
Well,
people come to you. I stick up.
my loyalty is to my son, and he tried to say my son wanted he wanted a internship, and I just think Rick Ross is just a big
Now that was
liar.
right. That's different.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's different. Like when
Yeah.
people come for you in the street, I stick up for you. You my
But you
friend.
know me.
But he knows, baby.
But that's
He said
it.
they used to be cool.
I don't know. I just think
That was
that
his
was
idol,
that was a
so.
little whole tactic to me. That was a whole
Whole
tactic.
tactic.
Yeah.
So you saying Rick Ross is a hoe?
He's known for doing it. Like he said in his song, he slept with me, so he's known for doing. He's that's a little whole
Wait a minute.
tactic. That's a little whole tactic.
Rick Ross said he
Yeah.
slept with you?
Yeah, he said he was. I don't know word for word verbatim how it went, but he said I'm playing weed with.
Face this way, someone.
He said playing weed with Marquise and Mia. Even put my daughter's name in it.
Oh, Ross.
Yeah. Like
I like that. I like
Yeah.
Rick Ross. I'm
He
talking
said I
about
like
telling
No,
people I
I
slept
don't.
with
But I
you.
don't think you should lie on your dick. Like
Nah,
that's
true.
that's
That's
corny. But I mean, I understand it
But
because
he was in a sticky
no,
situation,
No.
though. He was in a rap
no,
battle
I
for his
get
life.
it. No, but you have to see one thing about my baby father. He does his due diligence and he gets at you with real facts. You can't make up. You can't have alternative facts or just make up a whole story and then just have a. But I understand it because he jacked the whole drug dealer style freeway Ricky Ross, and he was a correction officer. So I understand like that's who he is as a person. But when you come and lie on my son and say he wanted an internship, and when I looked at the interview, it made me so upset. When I saw the
gotta
interview
look
on
through this
Hot
interview.
97, this nigga was saying it with a straight face, like just a straight and just lying. I mean, but I understand he's a character, so I get it. I guess I understand it, but it was just whack.
But as
It's
far as
just
the music
whack.
go, I like Rick Ross music.
I mean, I do like some of it. Like I said, my favorite song on that album is the song with Raphael Sadiq. Like, I mean, I've always thought as an artist, it's nothing biased about me. He's a great artist, and I think that's why he won the battle with my baby father, because he put out good music. So I think he's a good
Well, I don't know if
artist.
they was declared a win or lose in that battle. I don't
think
know if
so.
we're going
I
to say
mean,
he
no,
won the
I
battle.
mean, I think
he
he-
survived the wrath of 50 Cent.
You're not the rad, I mean the wrath.
The wrath.
You said
Oh,
rad.
Well, I got
y'all.
Invisalign
Now, both
braces.
of y'all.
Rad, not-
She's
it's
trying to get back.
rad.
I said rad.
Okay.
W-R-A-T-H. The rad of 50 Cent.
Okay, not the rad.
She's
It's
trying
the
to come back.
rad.
I got her Invisalign. She's trying to come
Okay,
back at me.
with the
That's what we do here.
TH. Okay.
But anyway,
Now,
he
when I
survived the wrath of 50
but
Cent.
look up the lyrics,
think
because
he
he even
won.
said one song. He said Marquise Knox. Like I'm in a room with him and Marquise knocks on the door. I give him 50 Cent because that's Marquise's pops. Like that's what he said in the song. I'm like this the
I've never even
cornball
heard this song.
because
Me
he's
neither.
cornball. That's corny move. Those whole
What song
tactics.
is this?
I don't remember, but it just was corny.
Are you sure?
I'm very proud. I don't make things up. I don't know how to do that.
Especially when it comes
Okay.
to her son. Yeah, she's
No.
gonna remember. We gotta
So
look
I
it
think
up.
it was
I
none of
know-
his business. I think it was for record sales, just like he mentioned Nicki's name. Like,
Well, let's say this. Can we
gotta
agree
come
on
with
this?
another
that his
tactic.
new album
Nah.
is
Yeah,
pretty
it's a
good.
dope.
no, it's not one of my favorite Rick Ross albums, but
Well,
it's
pretty
cool.
good though. It's not trash. It's
Yeah,
good.
it's
It's
okay.
good. I like
It's
it.
okay.
Rick Ross.
I like it too.
I like it, player.
Next,
I like it.
let's
I
go
like
to being that we're on the music tip. We're gonna talk about breakups and makeups with music.
Oh,
T.I. and
shit.
Tiny.
Still going at it.
Yeah, divorce.
They still beefing?
I mean,
I don't think
liked
they're
them as a couple.
beefing.
I like them as
But
a
I
couple.
saw-
I don't like
I
seeing them break up.
yeah, me too.
Yeah, I don't think they're.
There's certain couples you don't want to see break up.
Yeah.
You don't want to see Jay
I like
and
them.
Beyonce break up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't
That
want to
would
see
be-
Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union break up. I like their
I
little
wouldn't mind that.
Because you want Dwayne Wade?
No, he's
Oh.
not my
But
type.
I like their little antics
No,
and stuff like
I don't
that.
like the way he did his first wife. But,
Well,
Siobhan.
that's what happens. Sometimes nigga upgrade.
but who's to say that was an upgrade?
Right.
Well, me personally, I think it is. Me.
Why, because Gabrielle
that's
Union
not,
is
that's
an
not saying
actress?
much.
Hey, Dwayne Wade thinks it is. That's all that matters. He thinks it is.
You know, guys.
Who
are
you think?
foolish.
Hey, I bet you her new boyfriend can't compare to Dwayne Wade.
Why? Because he has money. What's the
Well,
what's the
He's a ball
comparison?
player.
Well, Dwayne Wade is money makes everything. If he didn't have no money, he
No.
wouldn't. If he was Dwayne Wade,
You
gang
could have
banging
a
from
hell of a lot
Chicago,
of money
he
and a
wouldn't
shitty character.
Yeah,
So like
agree.
I feel like, I mean, yeah, money helps, but you could be a really shitty person
have- Well, listen.
and have money.
Well, they seem to be pretty
But
happy.
we're not saying D Wade's a shitty person because I have.
No,
met
I like
D-Wade.
D-Wade.
He's a cool
Listen,
guy,
they
but
seem very happy. I like the little antics, the way they play, and I like that. I
Yeah,
like
the black
You know,
love.
people
It's
get
a
so
beautiful
caught up
thing.
in this Instagram life, like
They think
it's-
they know you.
Yeah, it's
No,
Instagram. Like you
I
don't
said the way they portray. You know what? I
Right.
said that the way they are.
The way they
portray.
way-
Is
right.
it portray or portray? Like, it's
Here we
P.O. It's
go.
not P.A. So I'm just wondering. Yeah, your
Boy,
enunciation
hey, you
is
know
a
when you're
little
the soft spot
off.
with a nigga with that.
Your enunciation is a little off. But anyway,
But T.I. and Tiny.
Go ahead.
I feel like I don't know what happened. This was last week or whatever with Bernice, the video
Bernice
girl.
Berry.
The
oh
video-
yeah,
Virgo.
no, I
Yeah.
guess like no.
Video
Instagram
mo-
fan
Instagram
said
mo-
to Tiny about how strong she is because Bernice, I think, was all over T.I.'s Instagram. And
Bernice
so
is nice, though.
Tiny,
Bernice
so
is
Tiny said,
She could be all over my anything.
yeah. I mean, she's a good-looking girl.
She's a good looking girl.
She is.
You told me
Surgery
that good
well
looking?
done.
She's
I
a
mean,
very good looking.
No,
girl.
she,
Yeah,
she,
she
my
So that's
good.
good looking and it's very good looking. She's
No,
very
she looks
good
like
looking.
my youngest, my middle sister. No, she's good looking. She's
No, you can't shrug your shoulders when you say she's good looking.
no, she's good looking. Shout out to her surgeon. She's a good looking girl. And
Shout out to her
Shout out to her surgeon. I mean, she admits
Lasha
it.
don't
She
normally
admits
take
it.
shots.
No, but she admits it. She admits it. She doesn't.
She does?
She's a beautiful. Yeah, she admits it. But
Shout
she's
out
a
to-
beautiful girl. You know, from New York, from the
Okay.
Bronx.
Well, I
think.
like her.
she's from the
I-
Bronx.
You know, I think so. I think that's what I saw looked up.
Well,
She's from New York.
Bernice, if you listen, you got some sympathy for a handicapped nigga.
But I
Sympathy.
think she was good looking. I don't think it's nothing wrong. She enhanced what she has. She's just a. You can't. I mean, some people just get a whole new
Everything.
New
Yeah.
what?
everything. Like I mean, they're
Oh.
just a whole new person. But I think she just enhanced
She was a
what
pretty
she
girl. Yeah,
what she had.
Yeah.
Well,
Because I feel like,
she's right.
because I feel like who didn't have. I mean, we could say that and it didn't work out on other ends. I mean, Tiny definitely had some enhancements.
Yes, she's had a lot.
She got
Tiny,
her eyes, blue eyes now.
yes,
I mean,
Tiny's had a lot of work done too.
I
But I
mean,
feel
the
like
butt don't match the legs. I mean, it's
yes, she got the skinny
it's,
legs.
it's that Lala Anthony syndrome, like it, the
So
skinny
you just
leg.
gonna
Like
just take shots at everybody
I
today?
know, I'm not, but I'm saying
We
like
taking
if
shots
we
at all our friends?
no,
Lala is a friend of the show, ain't she?
no,
No.
she made a friend of Power, but not a friend of Two Queens from Queens.
Oh my goodness! Oh, this was
takes a
okay.
sip.
Well, anyway, shout out to Lala.
But
Lala, I like
Bernice-
your butt, new or not.
Yeah, Bernice. She and then so somebody went on her Instagram. Bernice, she basically defended herself and said, "I don't deal with married men. That home's
Okay.
been broken, and it probably there's been rumors about T.I. and Tiny for a
But
minute.
the way Tiny came at her first was like, I'm not worried about no passed around bitch. He said,
Well.
God bless him and her.
No matter what. Tiny
Yes,
said,
and we know plenty of
it's
these
not-
pass around bitches. Like, let's be real. We know a lot of them. Like, they get passed around, especially in the
Well,
industry.
First of all, nobody's out here sleeping with virgins. So these girls have had
But the
other
industry,
affairs.
but
like when
the,
people used to call,
no, but the industry is like kind of like the block. Like I mean,
yeah,
is
can't-
J-Lo passed around?
You
Is
can't
J-Lo
you
passed around?
can't be from Queens
around the block.
and be on Sutphin Boulevard and sleep with 10 guys from Sutphin Boulevard. Like the industry is very very small. I'm not saying that
Yes.
about Bernice because I don't know her.
But
I
the
don't,
majority of your
I don't know
girlfriends
her
are
body
from Queens,
count.
correct? The majority of my
No.
girlfriends are from Queens.
But I can say in my lifetime I've only had 4 boyfriends. Like yeah, I've not in 40 years. Like I don't,
Okay.
I haven't had.
4 boyfriends in 40 years.
Yeah,
Poor thing.
no, it's not a poor thing.
Okay. When you was younger, you'd have like.
I mean, you had little. I'm
Boyfriends?
talking about real serious relationships. Like,
But when you're
no.
younger, that shit is serious. When you 15
like-
and this nigga, right? Will you go with me? Check yes or no. That
Oh,
shit
yeah,
dead serious.
I don't know
Oh,
what
yeah,
he's doing with his
that-
hand right
That
there.
shit is dead
I was
serious.
like, what is he
But
doing?
Bernice, anyway, no, it's serious, but it's not serious. But anyway, I just feel like Bernice.
Or maybe that maybe box was vicious.
I think Bernice. We can't say. I don't know her body count is. I mean,
They said she
anyone
was
care
dealing
to
with Drake.
elaborate? I mean, she was.
They said she was with Drake, and she said, that's all I was with that y'all know. So, and that may be true, but
Well,
a
it's probably
Tiny,
niggas from the hood, from the Bronx, that probably smashed. Drake didn't get it when she was a virgin, I'm sure.
That's what Bernice said.
that she was an industry dude that y'all heard of, and I think it was Drake. Now Drake even talked about her in one of his songs a couple of years ago. He kind of gave her a little shout out. Drake loves him some. He loves to give little shout outs.
Yeah, he gave J-Lo a little shout out
Yeah,
on his little.
But
He
J-Lo
loves
don't need a
new album.
shout out from
Yeah.
Drake. I mean,
Well, Drake is a pretty big deal in the music industry. He's not
Yeah,
like,
he's a
he's
nice
not
little-
he's not some fly by night.
I think that was a stab at Diddy though, because they said
Probably.
Diddy. It
All
was
from her
alleged that
lap.
Diddy slapped him in the club.
But I don't know. Well, it could have been.
I said alleged. I didn't say it was true
No, I
or
know you
not.
said no.
Like
for
so, I
legal
think
reasons.
I
over
think
a
that
song,
was,
right? That he felt like that Drake.
So
said
I
he'd
think
work
that was
with
a
him.
whole like because
But
everybody
Diddy did fix it up. He came back and said he don't want no beef with the
Yeah.
6 guard.
Diddy
So-
always does that.
Right, so that's a good thing. Right. I respect Diddy. Diddy's good for the music industry. He represents New York hard. I love that. So
He's
yeah,
from
but Drake
his
is not a fly by night. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to J-Lo. Drake
I mean, we don't really know
out.
these people's body counts or whatever. It's true what Shanique was saying, but I feel
J-Lo's
like
body count is more
T.I.
public though. You see what I'm saying?
yeah,
Her shit is
for
more
sure,
public.
For
So that's
sure.
why they used to call.
But
her
no, but
sure.
then they want to put it in a nice way. Oh, she's just in love with love.
Right, that's the line right there.
Around the way in the Bronx, the girl get off the number 6 train. That would be called a hoe. Like that would you wouldn't be just in love with love. You would be called a hoe.
Well, so they used to call it J-Ho, and I was like, I didn't agree with that.
That was one of my kind of.
I didn't agree with that though. Let me
She's
tell
been
you
around the
why.
block.
No, let
She
me
has
tell you
been
why.
around the
Let me
block.
tell you why.
She has.
When I was locked up, because Shanique likes to bring when I was locked up. When I was locked up, niggas used to call
You
J-Lo.
missed a lot when you were locked up.
Right. J-Lo, they used to call her J-Ho. Right?
Wow.
So I said, well, you can only name 5 guys she been with. You know, the 5 famous guys she been with.
Right.
And I told niggas that they baby mama that come up here been with more than 5
But
niggas.
you gotta realize, in the industry life, it's behind the scenes gossip that the general public.
But you still can't call her J-Ho if your baby mama been with more niggas than J-Lo.
But they
than your
okay
baby
with their
mama
baby
a hoe.
mamas
Being a
They
hoe?
okay, they probably are. Some guys like hoes.
That goes
Nobody
back
likes
to the
a
whole
hoe.
pass around
Hoes
shit.
don't even like
some
hoes.
dudes like
No,
to
some
pass
guys
around
do
girls.
You never call a hoe a
They
hoe? She
share.
don't like that shit. Hoes don't like
Some
hoes.
people own up to who they are.
Nah. Hoes don't like hoes.
Sometimes they do. I
You
think
not.
sometimes they own it. If they're a hoe, they be like, well, men do it all the time. Men get away with it. They do. That's the line, too.
Call a hoe and watch what happens. Hoes don't like being called hoes.
I mean,
Nobody
I've
likes
seen
being called
hoes punch other hoes in the face of being hoes. So I mean,
That's a lot of hoe shit right there.
a lot of hoe shit.
But I hope Tiny and T.I. work it out. Don't look like it's gonna happen.
I feel like their little show, I think they said they were going to cancel their show. Now
This
they're
is the
bringing
last
it,
season.
now they're bringing it back.
They're bringing it
wholesome
back?
Show.
I think they're going to bring it back. One more season, that's it.
It was a good
Supposedly
wholesome
they're not
show.
gonna
I like
show
the
the
way
drama,
they were with the
allegedly.
family and all that. T.I. was showing how to be
Yeah,
a
I
really
agree.
good dad. So
I agree.
I mean, but you just want to see couples make it. It's a lot of children involved.
Yes.
I mean, they're kind of spaced out somewhat, so you just
yeah.
feel like the way they had their blended family
Yeah.
dynamics, it does
The
seem
family hustle. scene.
Positive.
yeah. But
So
another
you
breakup
wanted
though
to-
is Mary J and Ken Do. This thing is
Woo.
now that Mary's coming out speaking.
Talking to Angie
We
Martinez.
getting a lot of good information
her
on the
girl.
Breakfast Club. Mm-hmm. Well, the Angie Martinez interview, that was like a soft interview.
Because that's her
But
girl.
they're
Angie
friends,
Martinez is a
yeah.
homie, right? That's
Yeah,
a
they're
homie.
friends,
The
so-
Breakfast Club interview was more revealing
Yeah.
and more
They kind of
hardcore
got
to me.
her. Yeah.
I like that one better. And
Wow.
then Charlemagne was coming with a little hardness. Because it wasn't that friend interviewing you. It's like if you do an interview and it's Liza. You see what I'm saying? It's going to be some soft pitches thrown.
Yeah.
No, of course, it's gonna be soft pitches thrown, but I think in real life, Liza and our friendship, I think I tell her the truth. I think.
But,
she does.
but
I'm-
Angie
She don't
Martinez is not
hold
going to
back.
go hard at Mary. The
No,
way
not in public. I feel like even if
Right.
you do go hard
Private,
on your
they
friend,
may. Yeah.
it should be privately.
Right,
It
you
shouldn't
see,
be in
that's
public.
why
Yeah, that's true.
That's why I
true.
like the Breakfast Club interview, better. So I'm not against Angie. Angie's a great interviewer, but
Yeah.
you're interviewing your friend. How hard you
No,
gonna
but I
go?
don't. I never thought Angie was a great interviewer, and the only reason why I say that is because I feel like she gets very political.
Well,
to
you know
me.
she's the voice of New York.
That's her moniker, but I don't. That's what they say, but I don't.
I mean, but there's really no other females like.
Well, if they say it, I
No,
think.
she definitely kicked in a lot of doors for
Yeah.
female
Back
Radio
when Hot
personality.
97 was
radio
like, popping.
personalities,
Like,
but
yeah.
That
I
move
always
was-
felt like
that
to
she
me,
moved, though,
but I always felt
to
to me
Power
like
105.
she,
Yeah.
because I feel like Angie, she could get in it, then she always back away. I don't feel like she gets in it. I always feel like a great journalist always gets in it. They don't care about the politics of it, or like they just.
You know what it is? She probably is really like on the behind the scenes is cool with these people, so she don't want to ruffle
Right, she don't
feathers.
wanna
Because
ruffle no
even like
feathers,
Jay,
right,
like Jay Z
right.
used to always go up to the Angie Martinez show, and he would hardly ever do interviews. And I feel like she was cool with him, so she didn't want to ruffle feathers. That's probably what.
Right,
it
and
is
that's
with
why
her.
she became
Yeah.
big, because she got all these interviews that other people couldn't get. Mary
She
said
was
some
honest.
things.
I don't know.
I
how
was shocked.
feel. Yeah, I was shocked too because she said basically that he had a whole nother relationship.
But let me say this. When I was listening to that whole interview, I was saying the whole time to myself, I can't wait till this album drop. Because Mary makes the
be
best
fire.
music
When she's going
when
through.
she's in pain.
But
Always.
everyone says that. But I love the new Mary album she did when she was with Kenzu and she
Happy.
was happy. Like
Let me say this. Here's how you get a good man. You get a good Mary album when she's in pain. You get a motherfucking classic Mary album if she's in pain and on drugs. So we get Mary back on
Mary's
that
been
shit.
clean. Mary's been
No,
clean for a
we do
long time.
not.
If
We
we
do
get
not.
Mary
Came
back
out,
on
she
that
went through
shit,
it.
we gonna
No.
get another classic.
No, and we do not condone no.
No, we
like,
want
we
her.
Want
Hey,
sober
listen,
Mary.
I
No,
like
we
good
don't.
music. Listen, we gotta sacrifice Mary's sobriety.
No,
No,
for
Vic.
another classic.
No.
Hey, speak for yourselves, ladies.
I'll listen to My Life if I want to.
Yes.
if I
My
want
life is.
Listen, Mary, you going through the pain.
But
Listen.
but the way she did say like he was in love and she knew it was over. She wanted her marriage to work. Like, but he's in love with
Well,
whoever
whoever
she's
this
with.
new
And she
girl
did
is.
allude that she know. No, she didn't allude. She said she know who
Right. She knows who it is. Yeah,
I think
yeah.
we'll find out soon enough who it is. I do. I think eventually
It's gonna come out.
it's gonna come out.
Everything
Who's the
comes
girl?
out.
Because he's probably
Everything
going to
comes
make the
out.
relationship public after all the divorce and the
Well,
finances
they're
settled.
gonna be
If he
seen
tries to
somewhere.
get
They're gonna
his
be
money.
seen somewhere.
And
TMZ
Mary
gonna
said,
catch
"Why
him
should
somewhere.
she pay for his children? She doesn't have any children." Like
Well, I agree
Mary,
with her on that. We talked
Mary
about that.
kind of went in.
I
Yeah.
agree with
About
that.
that
Right? You
before.
can't pay for his children with somebody else.
No.
But this is what
That's
made me
his child
upset
support.
with the whole situation. I feel like women always, almost all the time, they do. Her sister Latanya Blige was her manager. Then it's like Mary got married, and now it's like, let me make the husband a manager.
changed.
Like, I don't understand, why do women do that? Like, why can't you? I don't know. Give
Well,
him
because
another
security.
this
job,
man,
you
this
know?
man.
But you give up
His
that security
security.
for him, and look how it.
But it
How
did
did-
work. No, it worked for a lot of years, though. It worked for a lot of years.
Somewhat, but I feel like under
think-
him she did that dumbass. We talked about this before. That,
That chicken.
dumbass Burger King
That chicken
See,
commercial.
but
show.
y'all
about
say,
the
but this is what y'all,
Stupid.
no, y'all say that, but y'all say that, right? But we don't know. Remember, Mary has had some problems with the IRS.
Yes.
That check, I'm sure, was a hefty check. I mean, I don't compromise my integrity and my morals for a lot. I don't at all. But I do like chicken. Or
But you ain't gonna sing about no motherfucking chicken.
Right.
give me $1 million and I'll be singing about chicken.
Didn't you just say integrity and morals? How you gonna have integrity and morals and sing
I'm
about
a
chicken?
I'm a foodie. So
But listen, here's the thing. Here's what you can't do. Barack Obama, no matter what happened, when this press corps around, the whole 8 years he was in office, he could not let them catch him eating watermelon. You see what I'm saying?
maybe he doesn't like watermelon.
But if he
Michelle
did,
either.
if he
Michelle.
did,
I know personally, I
if
don't
he
like
did, he
watermelon.
couldn't catch him eating watermelon because that photo would have been crazy. So Mary
But
can't be singing about chicken.
I think if Barack liked watermelon, I think he would have ate watermelon.
Well, we don't know. We don't know.
Barack did a lot of things that weren't typical of
Nigga
a
ain't eat no
president.
watermelon or come out Air Force One in a fur coat.
But first of all, he's not
I tell
even.
you that shit.
He grew up in Hawaii.
So he probably ate watermelon.
So I'm probably sure he probably didn't eat watermelon.
No, I'm sure he did eat watermelon.
Every time I see him in a meme, he's like drinking coconut water and straight
So
out of a
I'm
coconut.
sure he likes
like he's
watermelon.
straight
I'm
island.
sure he eats watermelon.
I think that's more like a southern.
Barack
Dang.
Obama eats watermelon. I'm sure he does. But he
I
can't-
don't eat
ain't no
watermelon,
photo of it.
so I don't like watermelon. I
I'm
don't
just-
like collard greens. I don't like any of that.
Well, you fake black.
No, I'm not. I just don't like it.
You fake black. You bougie. I don't know how bad you are, but you bougie.
I'll take that. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
ain't nothing wrong
definitely,
with that.
for
We
sure.
need-
Like,
listen,
I'm
we
okay
need
with
bougie
that.
girls out here. We need that.
I'm okay with that.
So, yeah.
Mary does got that new joint out though right now with Kanye.
With Kanye West. Yeah, so, so
Love
shout out to
Yourself.
Mary.
That's a dope. It's
But-
a dope song.
If she get back on that shit, we gonna have a classic.
No, we don't.
No.
No.
I'm not saying get back on
And
that.
The
That's
album comes out
disrespectful.
April 28th though. She does got an album coming out.
Okay.
Oh, so
well,
that's
So that's
April
gonna be
28th?
dope. April 28th. And that's what she was saying. She was working on her album. She didn't want to be fake. That her marriage
that's
was
good.
perfect.
Well, that's
and
good.
she was working it out. So she was like, if it ain't gonna work out, then we're gonna separate. So I wish her the best.
Yeah,
But I
Mary
do want
J.
to hear some
Blige.
pain in her song.
She's my imaginary
right, the
friend
pain
to the
is good.
show.
I don't want her to
used
be getting
bump
high
the
again,
Mary
no.
joints and
No.
the remixes Diddy used to make.
Yeah.
Oh man, she get back with Diddy.
So the
that'd
Mary
be good,
dance,
too.
you saw that when Angie Martinez went through the whole thing of everybody doing the Mary dance, and Mary's just classic. She's
I love
she's
the
the
Mary
queen
dance.
of R&B
I love the
soul.
Mary, and she embraced it, and that's good
Yes.
though. Because Mary was a
Yes.
good dancer back in the days when her
Yeah,
videos
she
used to
still
dance
can
really
get
good.
down. Mary
Yeah.
still
But I
gets
think she
down.
does
Yeah,
the
she
Mary
always
dance.
stayed in shape.
Yeah,
Mary,
but
Mary
But the
still
Mary
looks
dance is
good.
now crazy, and I think she
crazy.
does it now because the fans like it, and they get a
Yeah.
go Mary.
Yeah, yeah,
go
yeah,
Mary.
No, I think that's
That's
just
it,
who
the
she
bad boy.
is.
Yeah, I think so,
I don't
too.
think it's.
So,
I think
yeah,
that's
she's a
just
very
who
good
Mary
dancer,
is.
so
Yeah.
I like
No, I
her.
mean, yeah, and Mary, I would love her on the show, but yeah, Mary is just. She's definitely.
No, we could get her on the show high.
Stop with that high bullshit.
Yeah, like, no, that's not cool.
Let's try to get one more good album out of Mary. Come on.
No, that's not cool. Let's get into a little bit of sports. Colin Kaepernick, it seemed like he's being blackballed. Like,
Well,
He's been a free
they doing him
agent
dirty.
for
They
a
doing him
couple of
dirty.
weeks.
They doing him dirty.
They're not signing him, the NFL.
Right, but look,
and I kind of agree with Colin because to me, I'm definitely a self-proclaimed quasi-American. Like,
right, but now,
I
but
just
now
think-
they don't want to give him a shot. No teams want to look at him, but they all looking at this guy, Johnny Manziel, Johnny Football, as they
give
call
him
him.
so many
Right,
opportunities.
and he's done all kind of crazy shit,
And
and
he's
all
a
this
screw
guy
up.
do was take a stand.
but he's not going against the
We'll take a
powers
knee.
that be. Like,
Right.
you know, like
No, but he's standing up for black people.
What Kaepernick is going through right now. I mean, he's standing up for social justice.
Right, and I think that's bad
mean,
because, like, how dare you stand up for black people or black issues?
well, with the all
At our
American
game.
quote unquote sport, like,
Right,
you know,
at our game. You see what I'm saying? America's game. How dare
They make a
but this
lot
is
of
what it's
money
supposed
in
to be
their
all about.
ads and their commercials, and I feel like he spoke out on oppression, with the police brutality, all
Right,
that.
right.
But he puts his money where his mouth is because
he's giving.
He
He's
yeah,
donates
because
giving
he
to the
even gave money
community.
to when Trump took away a lot of the
Meals on
funding
Wheels.
from Meals on Wheels, like Kaepernick donated.
He donated money, right?
Yeah.
So here's my
Even
thing
in
with Kaepernick,
Somalia,
right?
he sent
and
some
just,
money.
And just America in general, right? Kaepernick is standing up for a group of people that don't have many people stand up for him. When I say I mean black men, because this issue is unarmed black men being shot, right? You have all kind of programs for women and stuff like that, for Jewish women, white women, even black women. There's
Trump's trying to cut, but
there's
yeah.
no organization really out
Yeah.
there labeled that has a title that helps black men.
with that kind of platform.
Right.
No.
Right.
So here's my thing, right? And I had this discussion with somebody. People see black men getting killed in the street at these alarming numbers. They make it, oh, it's this, that, and the other thing. If cops were out there shooting transgender men at the same rate, it'll be an outrage.
I feel like
Well,
if they were shooting,
transgenders-
I feel like if they were shooting dogs, it would be
Right.
Right.
Look what happened to Michael Vick.
What happened to Michael
Right.
Vick? I mean,
Right. If
he was
cops
blackballed. Like, you have a lot of these football players who beat their wives,
Yes.
who rape women, who, I mean, just to me, think those are heinous
Yes.
crimes.
Right.
Like, I'm not
Yes.
being funny. I'm no dog lover,
No, but if the cops were
but
shooting
I
dogs,
feel like
the way they were shooting
but
black
dogs
men,
at the
people be
bottom
outraged. Peter
of
be
the
out there.
food chain, like we as human beings, we are the top of the food chain. Like a human life. Like I even hate when people get so animal. Like, oh, the animals save the animals. Like, no, save children. You know, say like what
Well,
all.
we could save both. If somebody who just lost a
Nah.
dog of 16 years, I'm a little sensitive to
I mean,
that.
I know you,
But I know what you're
Peter
saying,
Logic.
No,
What
but
was
you,
your
but I
dog's
just feel
name,
like if
guys?
a
What was his
child
name?
and a dog,
Sonny?
I'm gonna save a
Yeah,
child.
Sonny.
Sonny was it?
From
Sonny
the
Corleone.
Godfather? Who named him?
Destiny. My daughter named him, but I call him Corleone because he was a little white, little gang. To us, he was like a little gangster. Like he was so sweet. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, R.I.P. to Sonny.
But yeah, R.I.P. to Sonny. But I understand what you're saying. We should outrage. There is no
I mean,
outrage.
you got
There
even
is no outrage.
Right.
this trafficking with children right now. Like that's
Yes.
an outrage. But you're mad at Michael Vick. I'm not saying what Michael Vick. To me, it was cruel. Like
Yeah.
I mean, it's still a dog is still a life. It was cruel, but it's like it's still a dog to me. Like it's not.
The
It's not a
outrage.
child. It's not a. The
Right,
outrage
and
it
this,
is.
And this is why your statement was correct when you said if cops were shooting dogs like that, it'll be more outrage.
It'll be
than-
more alarming.
than
Like, oh my
killing-
gosh! But it's like a black life means nothing in this country, and that's so sad. Being a mother
Right,
of
and
a
you know
black
what? And
male,
and
like
the
that
sad
means
part
it's just horrible.
to black people, sometimes it's the same way to a black life doesn't matter because the way we
I feel
kill
like
each
you
other.
get desensitized. You
Right,
desensitize,
right.
but you desensitize because it happens so often, and you're like, oh,
Right, these young kids get
another
killed in
kid get
Chicago.
killed.
It's like, you can't even name them all. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So,
absolutely.
I just
But
don't.
Kaepernick, I feel like it's been a couple of weeks. He hasn't gotten side. The excuse, according to NBC Sports, like out in the Bay Area where he played with the 49ers, is, oh, he's vegan. That's what the rumors.
Where's that guy
That's what they're
do?
putting out there. It
He
has
took a
nothing
team
do
to the
with it.
Super Bowl.
What does that have to do with?
Nothing, but that's like they're trying to find like, oh, because they said he lost a lot of weight last year. But Steve Nash going to the NBA, just jump at sports real quick, was a vegan, and Steve Nash played till his mid-40s in the league.
Right, I don't never the vegan
So-
part.
But,
The
but,
vegan-
this,
it
but, this
has
how, but this
nothing
is
to
how
do
much
with
they
it,
have
but
respect
that's an excuse.
for us as a people that they come up with that lame excuse.
Right, a lame excuse.
That's a lame excuse. Like that's
Oh,
not
he
even
lost
a
so much weight
real
last season.
substantial excuse. Like come
Well, they
up
had a
with
thing
something
where like
different.
where some team owners and team officials spoke anonymously about why their team wouldn't take them or other teams wouldn't take them.
And what
So
were some of the excuses?
that no, but they were saying candidly but under anonymity,
Hiding.
under anonymity, that because of his issues, he comes with too much baggage. But the example I gave is that Johnny Manziel comes with much more baggage.
Johnny Manziel has a lot of
But how do you feel like Johnny Manziel is as a player?
He's horrible. He's no cat.
That's what I heard. I'm no football.
He's no Colin Kaepernick.
I'm no football. I'm not a fan.
Johnny Manziel was good in college. He went to Texas. He was good. He was Johnny football. He came to the NFL and didn't do shit. Got in trouble.
But they'll take him.
He's entitled.
They'll take him. He had 7 touchdowns, 7 interceptions.
That's called white privilege, right? Isn't that what it's called?
so.
Right. And they looking at him. Maybe.
But he doesn't really look white to me.
No. Well,
Manziel,
he's a wigger. He's what they call a wigger. He got a lot of.
He doesn't look white to me.
Well, he's white. He's white.
Yeah.
What's his last name? I mean, Manziel. What is that, Italian?
I don't think it's Italian. I don't know what it is.
Was it Manziel or Manziel? What is it?
Manziel. It's pronounced Manziel.
Manziel. Okay.
I know he played for Cleveland. They were trash.
But that's all I know him for was the problems that I didn't know anything like.
Right, because he's not a hell of a
drama.
player. He's not a hell of a player. So, but this Kaepernick took a team to the Super Bowl.
Has talent, and he's still young. He's only 29 years old.
Right. So,
Hopefully,
we'll see what
somebody
happens
will
with,
give him a shot.
with
Yeah,
Kaepernick.
and I like that he didn't.
Fold.
He didn't fold, but he did all of this at his prime. Like,
Yes.
it's always easy for someone to fall and then they want to be, I found Jesus, or I want to do right. It's like he did all this in his prime at the top of his game and just said, I'm going to stand up for what's right. And I think that takes a lot of guts in it.
Right, because athletes don't do that nowadays. Back in the days, they did.
These athletes,
Jim
these
Brown
rappers,
and
even like when they
Muhammad
said, like,
Ali.
even when what's his name, Ray
Allen.
No, Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis.
But they'll take him. But he's saying something about.
He was talking about Kaepernick.
But I said, but you won't try for murder, huh? Didn't you stab somebody in the club? I'm like, come on, like, but this is what
How quickly we forget.
Yeah, but that's cooning at its finest.
So
shout out to all the coons.
Kaepernick and hopefully the team.
Yeah, Colin Kaepernick, we would love you on the show, and I think what you're doing is great.
Yeah. So.
Next up, what else could we get into?
Let's talk about some Bay alerts. Who's booed up? Who's getting booed up?
Oh, Selena Gomez and The Weeknd.
Selena Gomez in The Weeknd. Now, Selena, wasn't she with this
Justin Bieber for a long time?
How does he feel about that? This Justin Bieber.
I think he's a little salty. I think they caught him out. I think TMZ caught him out. They were like, "You like The Weeknd?" He's like, "Nah, I don't listen to his music."
The Weeknd is the shit.
The Weeknd is.
Yeah.
But it's a little dark. Like if you listen to his words, like the beat.
It.
It's like real
song,
Illuminati.
That song, you worth it? That song worth it?
But you put me up on it. I think he said something like the video or something.
If you look at his videos, he's dragging the cross upside down. There's a lot of subliminal
they always
Illuminati.
say about Jay-Z and all that. I don't.
But this is like, it's a little devilish to me. But
well, listen.
No, but they say that about Jay-Z, but I don't think Jay-Z. Just like what Liza was saying.
Is it part of secret society? And
I don't know, but I just don't feel like Jay-Z, you don't have those kind of factors in it. They say it, but Jay-Z doesn't show you anything that says that. What Liza is saying, like in this video, when I saw it, it did seem
dragging like a cross.
Yeah,
there's like little subliminals. Upside down cross.
Listen, I like his music. He makes good music.
He does make good music.
I never would imagine him and Selena Gomez getting together.
Because he has like that apple pie. Yeah. Like she's had her own problems with depression.
But I like the way Selena Gomez is the one that stood up for herself and said how people. Yeah, yes. I dig her. I do.
Okay, well.
So allegedly, her mother doesn't really like the relationship.
So did Justin come back with somebody? Is he dating? Is he booed up?
Booed up.
Or he just up there? Or he just out there?
Having a good time.
Now you talk about good music. That boy makes some good music.
Who?
Justin Bieber.
Yeah, they do. They hook him up
makes
with
some good music.
Producers and stuff.
Usher found him on the internet, right?
Yes.
I don't care who found him.
That was a good.
He makes some good music.
He does. But other boos, J-Lo. We spoke with J-Lo and A-Rod.
J-Lo and A-Rod.
Or J-Rod. What do they call it? A-Lo, J-Rod. What do they call this thing?
I'm just tired of anything with J-Lo with someone.
No, but A-Rod is a player. Though.
He's a player. She is too, though. I feel like she met her match.
He's
similar to her age. He got his own money.
Ever since she got arrested with Diddy, she stopped fucking with niggas. It's been Spanish boys all the way out.
And white. For Spanish people, white from Europe, he's not Spanish. He's Hispanic. He's not Spanish.
Well, I'm just Puerto Rican. She stopped fucking with niggas since she got out that shit with Diddy and that gun.
Puerto Ricans are Caribbean niggas. So
and A-Rod is Dominican, so he's from the Caribbean.
Oh, he's Dominican.
You know what I mean. Mark Anthony, A-Rod, the other Spanish dude. Diddy was the last nigga. Fuck J-Lo.
You let a Spanish person from Spain tell you that, then.
Well, they speak Spanish.
No, that's a broken
Different
dialect of
Spanish, yeah.
Spanish.
Well,
That's
same shit
Spanglish.
niggas
It's like
speak. Niggas speak a
European,
broken
like,
dialect
no.
of English. You ever
No,
been to Brownsville
no,
and heard them niggas speak?
That's Ebonics.
That's a broken
No,
dialect of
no,
English.
No,
It's still English though.
no.
They speak Spanish.
They speak Spanglish.
J-Lo, we talked about this a little bit before, but to me, J-Lo's definitely been around the block. She doesn't hide
So she's not
it.
Jenny from the block. Now she's Jenny from around the block.
She's been around the block, but I feel like,
But I
you know, like
not more
I'm
than
not
anybody else.
Like,
I just think her shit's been out there more. She's
Yeah.
out there. Not more than anybody.
I mean, but
else.
he doesn't. But you know this. Vic doesn't. He doesn't know industry life, so he doesn't know when you're in the industry.
Okay, Shaniqua knows what I know.
Yeah, he doesn't know. He knows Queen Street life. He doesn't know
Okay, I
industry
don't.
life.
I'm not a street nigga.
He doesn't know. So when you know industry, you know she was on the label with my baby father.
Okay, so that
the
makes you an
beginning.
expert. Okay.
No, I'm no expert. You didn't hear me say much about it. I'm no expert.
Well, tell us about industry life.
But you heard the stories about
wasn't there a story
The
about
cast
her
and
Suge
couch.
Knight or was it Suge Knight? that had
No,
a
they say
video?
something about J-Lo with the casting couch back when in Living Color.
Oh,
They say they
Oh, with the
mentioned the
Wayans
casting
brothers.
couch.
but that reached all the way back to Columbia and Tommy Mottola and the whole
So they mentioned the casting. Well, Tommy Mottola's vicious. He's been,
the dance school teacher. I mean, it's always been some.
well, she knows things that we don't. I guess
allegedly.
our industry
I mean,
expert.
allegedly. No, I'm no industry expert. I'm just saying.
But
About J-Lo industry expert.
No, I'm no J-Lo expert.
I mean, she's.
I
But
mean,
he's been a
she's
dog,
doing her
too.
thing. I mean, it's just like who said that was Russell Simmons. Like when everybody was talking about how Rihanna, I guess they feel like she gets around. And why is
Rihanna
it?
gets around?
But why is it always a double standard
With
that
the men and women.
it's true? I mean, why is it like?
Yeah.
I've never heard
If a
Rihanna's
woman-
getting around. Rihanna's getting around.
No, Rihanna loves him and leaves him. I like the way she does it too. She loves him and leave him.
Okay, I know she was with Chris Brown.
Right.
And give me two more.
She was with a baseball player.
Right.
The Dodgers. Some dude, I forgot
Right.
his
I
name.
don't
Cute
say
guy.
Rihanna gets around. I don't want to put. I like Rihanna. I don't say she gets around.
I said what Russell Simmons said.
He said Rihanna gets around.
The
Not in
double
those
standard.
exact words. He was just saying the double standard is like what she does is what men do, and they're applauded for it. So what's wrong with her?
Well, of course. If I knock off 3 women in a night, I'm the man.
You're a stud.
Right. If you knock off 3 guys in a night, it's whole shit.
You're a whore. Mm-hmm.
Right. It's
So
the
I
way
mean,
it is.
that's what
No,
I
Jennifer's definitely doing what men do.
It's a
She's
double
having a
standard.
good time. She has her money. She's successful. She got that hit TV show. Working on another album. I mean, she's
Was the TV show a hit?
yeah. That Shades of Blue. That they said it gets good ratings.
Yeah.
But I don't watch it. But I feel like right before A-Rod, everybody thought she was hooking up with Drake.
I think that was just,
Right. That was right.
Well,
before.
he
Right
used,
before.
but he used her hook on his album.
Yes.
Um,
So that was a little.
But
stunt.
you know what though? I
That
do
was a
like them
stunt.
together. Her and A-Rod, because I'm an A-Rod fan. All through all the
I'm a
bullshit.
G-
Jeter
Jeter.
fan. Yeah,
Yeah, I
I'm a
like
Jeter
Jeter
fan.
too.
I like
No,
the way
I'm a
I
Jeter-
like the way Jeter did it. Jeter was
Classy.
a playboy.
But
Didn't
A-Rod
get
was a playboy as well.
Yeah, but he
He
was
was in
married. He was a
relationships.
married in
Yeah.
a relationship playboy. Jeter wasn't married. He didn't have
Yes.
any children.
No settling down.
And then when he wanted to settle down, he did it. I applaud
agree.
Jeter. He did it the way a man should do it.
Yeah.
He did it the way a man should do it.
No.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jeter.
Well, listen. Shout out to Jeter and A-Rod because they both was getting it in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
A-Rod is cool though. I mean,
A-Rod was
I
getting it
missed the
in.
child
Yeah.
sometimes.
I think he found his match with J Lo though, because I felt like he was on The View on Friday. He was like a co-host, and that's a big deal because he's a man on The View. And I saw it, and he kept talking about, oh, she's amazing, she's amazing. Like I think he sprung. I think Jennifer
Well, he
has
says
him.
that about all the girls.
Probably, but he was like,
Cameron
no,
Diaz was amazing.
Yes,
You
And
see what I'm saying?
Wasn't he with Madonna? Like
Yeah,
he's
so they're all amazing. Listen, in the beginning, they were all amazing.
But
Yeah,
he's what you call one of them tender dick niggas.
Well, he got his heart in his dick, is what we say.
Face.
He got his heart in his
He's
dick.
Basically.
tender dick.
I'm sure in the beginning,
You
Shanique
just
was
blow it. You
amazing.
be like, you
Shanique
just
was
blow it.
the
You be like, oh, I'm
beginning.
in love.
Have
I'm
you been called
surrounded."
amazing in the beginning?
I'm called amazing afterwards because they will not leave me alone. They spend the
Stalk her
rest
out?
of it. Like my son said, you just ruin them, mom. Because after you leave them, they
Oh,
just
man.
ruined. So
Or a Black Widow. You like a Black Widow.
no, they don't die.
You don't kill him, right?
So
don't
some
kill
of them you might be okay with them, just but no, they don't die.
Okay. Well, A-Rod, J-Lo, I wish them the best. They'll be all right. But
Let's talk about-
J-Lo left the black community alone after that Diddy shit, boy.
But it's not far from her community. Because she is Puerto Rican. And they are of African. Puerto Ricans have more African.
Okay.
They have
Right.
more African culture than I do as
Well, you
African
can't tell that to
American.
Liza father.
But if he doesn't want to admit it, that's okay.
Right.
But that's the truth. Puerto Rico is in the
Every-
Caribbean.
There's some Puerto
Every
Ricans that don't
ethnicity
like
has-
blacks. That won't
Puerto
fuck with
Rico,
blacks.
you're Jamaican descent, aren't you?
Well,
Jamaica is in
No,
the
well, I'm
Caribbean.
African American. No.
Puerto Rico is in the Caribbean.
Well, no,
so
I'm
what
African
makes the
American.
difference?
My
That-
descendants to back to Africa.
Okay, but
why are we gonna
Spanish,
stop halfway
But
back?
Spanish people are from Europe. They're European. They are Caucasian. They're white. They're not
Okay.
The Puerto Ricans are not Spanish. So
Okay.
stop saying that.
So
Like,
what
it
are they?
irritates
They're
me.
Puerto Rican.
They're Hispanic. They have Hispanic descent. They are of African descent, Native American descent, and of Hispanic descent. They're not.
We're a
they're-
nice little mix.
Yeah,
But can they roots be traced back to Spain?
and their roots could be traced back to Africa just as well.
Okay.
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 So they're Spafrican.
No, just like when you say
Okay.
when you say Boricua, Boricua is a Native American word. That was Boricuan is a Native American derived word. So no, they're not. So
Well,
stop
most
saying
English words are
Spanish.
derived from other languages.
Yeah,
English-
mostly Greek.
English is a
maybe of the
bastard
Greek.
language, is what
Yeah,
they call
maybe
it.
of the Greek language, but that's like let's just get it straight. Like no, they're not Spanish. So stop saying that.
Okay. Well, they Spanish to me.
can we
They say
talk
they
about-
Spanish.
we
They
talk
call
about
it
this-
Spanish food.
Could we?
But rice, where
So
does
let's get
rice?
this straight.
Where does rice come from?
Khaled doesn't pronounce his name right.
I just said to
And
me,
Spanish people are wrong when they say they're Spanish.
Khaled is pronounced Khalid. If you look the way he spells his name, that's Khalid.
Fuck how he says what his name is.
Because he wants to be Americanized.
What about Stephen and Stephen, but it's spelled the same way?
With the
It's how
P and
you
the
pronounce
A.
That's how you
it.
pronounce
No,
it.
I mean,
Right,
you
so
could
it's
say,
curry,
you say,
it's
you
It's
say,
up to the person.
no, yeah, you say tomato, I say tomato. You say potato, I say potato. But it's all
You
in
say
the-
potato?
No, I'm just saying like that. You're just an asshole.
You
man.
just, I don't
Yo,
say
let's
potato.
talk about this Bill O'Reilly character.
And if I catch a nigga saying potato, he got to get the fuck up from the table.
But it's
talk about
not-
pass the potatoes.
But it doesn't matter. That's Khalid all day and night.
He says it's Khaled.
I don't care. It's Khalid.
So fuck what he says.
Fuck what he say.
Okay.
God.
DJ Khalid. That's what it is.
Okay.
He could want to hide the kufi under
He's gonna hide the goofy.
and put the Quran in the drawer, but that's
He's not doing
Khalid.
that.
That's Khalid.
What's next, Liza?
Let's talk about this fool, Bill O'Reilly.
Oh yeah.
And Maxine Waters out in the congressman.
First
in
of all,
California.
shout out to Maxine Waters. If I
Yes.
ever had a grandmother, I would want it to be Maxine
He's
Waters.
just disrespectful.
She's rather die.
Yeah, she
She's
is.
rather
Yeah,
die.
and
Yes.
and all he wanted to say was, I didn't hear anything she said. I'm just looking at the James Brown wig.
Disrespect.
That was crazy. And,
That was crazy.
Bill O'Reilly is a piece of shit.
He really is. He's
and
had
let me say this:
so
this
many
is not a legend.
lawsuits.
He's not a legend.
Yeah.
I'm saying he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, yeah. The New York Times just did a whole thing on him this
On his
past
piece
weekend.
of shitness.
Yeah,
I made that up. Sinead,
and
before you
like
said that.
$15 million in lawsuits that they
and-
paid
but
out.
Isn't a couple sexual
for him.
harassment?
Yes.
He paid
Yes.
one woman $9 million
Million.
personally,
Yes.
but didn't admit wrongdoing,
Yes.
and she didn't say anything wrong, but she can't speak on it though.
Right.
Oh, 'cause
He
I had
signed
a-
Who
an
the fuck
NDA.
pays $9 million for nothing? I ain't do nothing wrong, but here's $9 million.
Yeah.
You harassed this woman, and you a piece of shit,
And probably
now you wanna attack Maxine
probably
Waters.
didn't even get any butt on top of that.
Right.
He wanted the butt so bad, he just harassed her. And
Right, you
harassed
paid $9
her.
million, even get no butt. I could have got him a better bitch and got some butt for $40 over at Aces.
Oh my God. He might not have
Quality.
wanted
Shout
that.
out to Aces.
Quality,
Quality
butt,
for
Bill O'Reilly.
$40. I'm dead.
Yeah, 'cause
Shout
that little
out
white
to
woman you was
Aces.
chasing, she ain't even
Oh
had no
my
ass.
Yeah, but Maxine Waters, a very distinguished, beautiful,
Outspoken.
Yes, yes.
Very
She goes
outspoken,
hard on
anti-Trump.
Trump.
Yes, she's very
Yo.
anti-Trump. She's calling for his impeachment.
I think if Trump and her in the elevator, it'll be that Solange and Jay-Z shit.
Yeah.
She gonna attack this motherfucker.
Wait a minute, sidebar. Did you guys see how TMZ definitely got me on April Fool's Day?
Oh, with the elevator,
With
they
the,
said the sound.
TMZ did a joke on
Where they
Instagram.
put the sound.
And yeah, and I thought, I was like, oh my gosh, they got
too.
audio to the.
I'm clicking. I was clicking. Like,
they got audio. I thought that was a great
wow.
April Fool's joke.
Yeah,
What was our
That
day
was
before
that
we
was
go
yeah that was I think that was a
the
great
sound.
one.
Yeah.
But speaking of I think Maxine Waters, she's doing a great job. I'm glad that we still have some black activists that will still step up, not afraid to come to the forefront and just speak out. But I just thought it was so disrespectful that you talked about her wig. And I feel like anybody,
Right, I didn't hear nothing.
Even
she
if
said,
it's
so all she was saying,
Ultimate
some real
Hair
shit.
Care, UltimateHairWorld.com has a great premium hair. I think they should donate a wig to Miss Maxine Waters. Let's shut Bill O'Reilly up.
And donate a wig to Bill O'Reilly's bitch ass.
Yeah.
We should. Maybe
Right.
Donald Trump
100%.
too.
Everybody should send Bill O'Reilly.
let-
Listen, send Fox News and Bill O'Reilly African American wigs.
Speaking of Trump, what do you think about this health care?
Debacle.
I think he's just
Well,
doing.
he's disappointed
I think he's
in
just
that.
trying to undo evereverything
Yes.
Obama,
Yes.
President Obama did. Like, I just think this is just.
Well, I'm glad him trying to overturn Obamacare failed. Because one, Obamacare sounds better than Trump care.
It does.
Number
Trump
two,
care, they're just trying to take away
Number two-
everything from the low
Right.
income and give tax cuts to the people who are so wealthy.
And they said that even
Like-
according to Daily News, it would harm New York City, millions of New York City taxpayers, just alone in New York from Trump care.
well, and it would have helped. It would have hurt Planned Parenthood also. So it's just Trump is just trying to undo a lot of nonsense.
Yeah, he
A lot of nonsense. But I don't think he's gonna make it. I don't think he's gonna make it. This Russia thing is going
shit
hard.
is-
His homies trying to get immunity after
Yeah.
saying anybody who seeks immunity is probably guilty of a
Guilty.
crime. And here this motherfucker is asking, "Hey, can I get some of that immunity?
Yeah.
Let me get
But
a medium immunity."
a lot of crazy things going on under Trump. Like now, the white supremacists are to me just they're just like out of control.
feel-
I mean,
They
they've
go
been
bold.
they've been
and
out
they're
of
going
control.
after Jews. And
Yeah.
they're going after the Jews hard, attacking the synagogues and all that type
Yeah.
of shit.
Well, the Jews always been on the radars, along with black people. Not probably as much, but like how that WASP, that white Anglo-Saxon Protestant, like if you're not that, like how
Right,
that
and what a lot of
goes.
people don't know is that these white supremacist groups, they also don't like Catholics.
No?
No, they don't like Catholics. The
I didn't
Ku
know
Klux
that.
Klan is against blacks, Jews, and Catholics.
Oh, but they're Christian then. That's what they call
right.
Christians,
They don't
right?
like Catholics. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. So
I mean, I'm not gonna mix it up, Catholicism with Christianity, but it's to me the premise is
yeah, but
similar.
we can't get into a religious show.
No, I'm saying, but I'm just saying it's similar. So I don't get like why it's similar. I mean, you read from the same book, so I didn't think that it would be like a big
well,
difference.
to me, Catholicism is more organized because around the world they preach the same sermon every Sunday. So in the sermon, you go to any church, they're preaching the same sermon from the same section worldwide. So they're very, very organized.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's definitely the
I-
Vatican is a big business for
Absolutely.
sure. But
But it's the smallest country in the world, by the way.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the Vatican is
And
a
that was a
country.
nice fun fact. Thanks. Snapple fact. Thanks.
Yeah,
What
so-
about this guy, James Harris Jackson, drove all the way up from Baltimore
Yes.
to kill black people?
A black man, right?
But you know what's
And
so,
they just like,
but
it's
you
not
know
even a
what's
big
so
deal.
But
crazy?
they did charge him with terrorism, though.
And
Because that's
and
a terrorist
I'm
act.
surprised
Me
at
too.
that. I'm
Me too.
surprised at that.
But New York made a big move by doing that.
And they
He's
said
white.
that his
right, well, he
grand,
came to the wrong place to do that type
Yeah.
of shit.
but they said his grandfather was a civil rights
Yes.
activist.
Yes.
That's what makes it so
Yes.
little.
But he's probably so disconnected from his grandfather. He probably didn't even know that.
Well, that
about
would be
his grandfather.
weird because I feel like grandparents are one of the greatest joys of being a kid. I mean, from my experience, so I
Yeah.
thought that you would definitely.
Right, but a lot of
He
people
didn't like
don't know their-
interracial
a lot of people don't know their
relationships
grandparents. Or
and-
sometimes you hear a kid, he's surprised to find something out about his
Maybe he
grandparents.
didn't even-
That's
Maybe
true.
he didn't even know. Wow.
That's true.
He deserves
Yeah, I
everything
thought that was
comes-
crazy. I thought so.
Comes at him.
But what about the Khalif Browder story? Jay-Z and the Weinstein Company
Spike
teamed
TV.
up to do a four series docuseries, a 4-episode docuseries on Khalif Browder and the problems that go on at Rikers Island.
Right, Rikers Island's been a problem for
Underage.
years since I was a teenager. I've been to Rikers Island.
Anybody
It's
that's
been-
outside of New York doesn't know about Rikers. Let's talk about Rikers.
Yeah,
a little
Rikers
bit.
Island is a jail facility
Notorious.
in Queens, New York, where we're all from, the borough of Queens.
And also another Snapple
and
fact.
it's
right?
the biggest jail in the country.
Thank you for that Snapple.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I see you read the Snapple caps too.
Well, they've
No,
had
I don't even
problems.
I don't drink Snapple unless
Right, me
Snapple
neither.
Snapple
Me
give me a
neither. I just
check
do
and
it
I'll
actually
mention
for
it,
you.
but I
They've
don't.
They've had
yeah.
problems for years, even like with corruption and the COs over there.
The
And,
CO's very, very harsh over there.
yeah.
Very
They've had a
harsh.
lot of problems over there.
It's no nonsense over there from the COs and the other inmates. Very harsh.
But
But I see that Mayor de Blasio tweeted that they will be closing Rikers Island. They say it's going to take many years.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
They say they have a 10-year plan in place. In the next 10 years, they're going to close. You know why I think it's going to happen? This is why I think it's going to happen. I think that's a lot of prime real estate over there on Rikers Island. It's waterfront. I think they will try to close it down and
Wow.
build some nice
No, but they
condos.
got a couple of other islands that they could build. I don't think they're looking to build on it, but I think that the proximity to the airport would take away from its value because that's a lot of noise over there.
noise.
So I think there's
No,
other
but I'm
islands
from
they can
but
use.
you say that, but I'm from East Elmhurst. Where I lived right by the airport. I mean, and East Elmhurst to this day is the second best neighborhood in Queens. First would be Bayside. So I don't think that would stop. I think that's very. I think first of all, New York is just a noisy place
Right,
in
but I
general.
think-
So I think no.
Here's why I think they won't close it.
And I remember I could hear the airplane from a kid, like you hear it passing by, like
Right,
no.
but we talking about prime in prime real estate. You don't hear planes going.
But
over.
you got to realize you like waterfront property, and I definitely think they're gonna build on it. I think that's a real estate move. I think that's definitely. But I do think that Jay-Z and the Weinstein Company, I think their story helped shed a lot of light to the masses about Rikers Island. Like I said,
Khalif.
Rikers Island it's a prison system that's in New York. That's it's in the borough of Queens. So
It's in our backyard,
I think
yeah.
a lot of people don't know about it. So I think that story and the intensity and how I think it
Let's
really
tell
brought
his story
to
for
light.
people who aren't really familiar with him. I know he committed
he was a young
suicide.
man. He was falsely
accused of stealing a backpack.
A backpack.
And he was in the system on Rikers Island for 3 years before receiving a trial, I do believe.
Well,
16 years old.
Well, he refused to cop out.
Because he said he
which is
wasn't
They
another
said-
thing that the
They
police.
said if he copped out, he would have been able to go home.
Yeah.
But he remembered how I think his brother copped out and then couldn't get something,
Get
couldn't
home.
take advantage of some shit. So he didn't want that on his record. So he refused to cop out
to something that he didn't
that
do.
he didn't do. So he was on Rikers Island for over 3 years. I think he spent
Solitary
a lot of the
confinement.
time in
Confinement.
solitary confinement. He was jumped by gang members. He was beat up by the COs
It was caught on video.
and all this stuff. And then he was finally let out. And shortly after being released, he committed suicide.
He was broken.
And then
But-
his mother
broken.
died after that from a broken heart because
Yeah,
his
me
mother
too.
died not so far after that.
Yeah.
So it's like, and Khalif Broader, that's just one story. Like it's a lot of stories that are definitely.
But Jay bringing it to the forefront, I
Right,
think,
was
and
very
telling
good.
our stories, I feel like he hasn't forgotten where he came from, Jay. And I feel like he's always been a smart businessman. And I feel like he's telling our stories and he's using his platform for good, teaming up with the Weinstein. I mean, you can't really
Right,
get
it's good,
bigger
right.
than that.
Right, you
That's a
can't get
big
bigger than that,
move.
right. Harvey
And
Weinstein
now
is
they're
pretty
going to
big.
do the Trayvon Martin story. So they
Yes,
got
Trayvon.
I heard they bid it for 2 books. One
Yeah.
by Trayvon's parents and another story that was written on Trayvon's.
Yeah.
Well, I think
life.
with Jay-Z having a good track record and being, from the street or whatever,
Yes.
I think that gives him an advantage to
Yes.
get these people to
trust
trust
him.
him with their stories.
Yes.
And, if they're loved ones, because you don't want to
Yes.
mess it up and fuck around and be a
mess
lifetime
up
movie.
my
See how
kid's
Lifetime-
story.
Yeah, you don't want
see how
them. You
Lifetime
don't want
fuck
them
shit
to
up.
whitewash it. To be
Yes.
honest, like you just
So-
don't want them to whitewash. So Jay-Z, I think this is people always think giving back is always giving someone money, and I don't always think that's always giving back. I think this is a great way of giving back.
Well, I think he's making a difference.
It's to make a
Yes.
difference
'Cause he's
of the
fighting-
knowledge of awareness to
Yes.
awareness to the problem. So then sometimes when you shed so much light on a problem or issue, then that's when the help is going to come in.
But I think him doing this, it helps fight the systemic problem because the problem is huge. So I think that's a good thing. Rikers Island closing, it's 12 jails on Rikers Island.
Wow.
You have to replace those 12 jails.
Where they
Where are
going?
you going to put
Yeah, where they
12
going? Yeah.
jails in 5 boroughs? You see what I'm saying?
But
That's-
why do you think they pick Queens? Because Queens is the biggest borough.
Well, Rikers Island proximity is closer to the Bronx, but it's accessed through Queens.
yeah, I was gonna say because there's access through
Queens, right?
Yeah.
And it's in the Elmhurst zip code, but the island's actually closer to the Bronx. So
so
I
the
don't know if they
island
can
is
replace it.
actually closer to the Bronx.
It's closer to the Bronx, but
They
it's
use
accessed
Queens.
through Queens.
But I know it's access through Queens, but
Yeah.
like I said, like I said, it's East. I'm from East Elmhurst. I was born
Right.
at Elmhurst Hospital. Like that's where my mom
because that little
grew up
waterway is
at.
not
Like,
that is not
my
that
uncle,
big.
like yeah.
but it's
But
just,
I think they're gonna build some nice
but where you gonna
doorman
put 12 jails? You
buildings.
should have 13 jails, HDM, but they closed that jail and use it for movies now.
Oh, shout out to
Because-
HDM. We had a couple
House
of
of
boyfriends on
Dangerous Men.
HDM.
I was in HDM back in the 80s. It was rough back then.
But
But,
Jay, I feel like it's a great move, and I feel like he definitely. See, people don't realize that he does things even behind the scenes, because even like with those protests, like in Ferguson and in
Right.
Baltimore when they killed Freddie
Right.
Gray, and he got, he was paying bail money for protesters
Right.
and people that leaked out. He didn't like purposely. So Jay, he's been woke, and I'm glad that he's doing.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to the Trayvon Martin
Me
story.
too.
I think that'll
Me
shed
too.
light on a lot of police brutality on that. Because I feel like Khalif Browder was inside, so now we're going to deal with the problems that's outside the jail. So I think that's great. So well, I guess that wraps up.
Yeah. Sorry, we didn't end it on a positive note.
Well, no,
Yeah.
we
But I
ain't on a
guess it is
positive note. That's a
positive.
Yeah, that is
positive.
positive.
Jay-Z
Yeah, it
doing
is
big
positive.
things.
Yes,
Giving
shout out
back
to
in a
Hov.
way that most people don't.
Educating people.
Doing it bigger, right.
Yes, knowledge is key. Knowledge
Yes.
is power.
Right, fighting
And we all need
systemic
it.
problems that deal
Yes.
with African American issues. Jay,
Yes. Using
fucks
his
with you,
platform.
baby.
Yes, shout out to
We
Hov.
fucks with
African
you.
American and Hispanic people.
Yeah,
of
and
color.
brown people
well,
too.
he ain't do no Latino
Yes.
shit yet. When he do some Latino shit, Jay, shout out for that.
He is. You know what?
No, it's not
He
Latino.
actually
Latin
is.
a hard language. That
He
no
is
one
working with the
very
Latinos
rarely
in the
speaks.
Heights. He's
I said
actually going to
Latino.
make that. It was an off-Broadway play that I actually went to go see with my kids. He's working with some in the Heights. So shout out
she
to
went to
Hov.
see that.
It was
Heights.
good. It was good.
Shout out.
Yeah,
Shout
so-
out.
That's a wrap. That wraps up the show. Make sure you follow us on 2queensfromqueens.com. Also on Instagram at 2queensfromqueens. You can follow me at the Chicken Wing Show
And-
underscore under everything.
And Facebook, 2queensfromqueens.com. Join us.
Check it out.
Thank
Check
you.
us out.
Thank
Bomb.
you.
We out of here.
We out.